All right, let's talk about it. That dreaded check engine light comes on, you plug in your scanner, and it spits out this code, P0016. If that's you, you're in exactly the right place. We are going to break down what this code really means, why it's a big deal, and how you can start to tackle it.
Yeah, seeing that light pop on is, well, it's never a good feeling, right? And a code like P0016 can seem super technical and confusing. But don't sweat it. We're going to use this as our roadmap to figure out exactly what your car is trying to tell you, one step at a time.
Okay, let's get right to the heart of it. The P016 code, in plain English, means your engine's two most critical moving parts, the crankshaft and the camshaft, are out of sync. Think of it like a dance where two partners are supposed to be perfectly in step, but one of them is off beat. The car's computer sees this mismatch and boom, it triggers the light. Now, here's something you absolutely need to understand. Not all check engine codes are created equal. Some are minor, but this one is a serious warning sign from your engine. And that right there is the whole story. This is not a maybe I'll get to it next month kind of problem. P0116 is your engine's way of raising a major red flag. It's telling you there's a mechanical issue that, if you ignore it, could lead to some really, really expensive and catastrophic damage down the road. So, to really wrap our heads around what's gone wrong, we first have to understand how it's all supposed to work in the first place. Let's talk about your engine's internal clock, its timing. You know, this analogy is just perfect. An engine is a mechanical symphony. Every part has to do its job at the exact right millisecond. When it all works together, you get that smooth, powerful performance you expect. But the moment that timing is off, you don't get music anymore. You get a whole lot of noise and chaos. So, let's meet the key players in this orchestra. You've got the crankshaft. That's the conductor, setting the beat for the whole operation. Then you have the camshafts. They're like the section leaders, telling the valves when to open and close. The timing chain or belt is what literally connects them, making sure the conductor and the musicians are on the same sheet of music. And the sensors? They're the audience, listening carefully and reporting back to the engine's computer. The VVT system is a neat piece of modern tech that acts like a guest conductor, making small adjustments to the timing to improve performance and efficiency. And this lays it all out, crystal clear. On the left, you've got a happy, healthy engine. The symphony's playing perfectly. Smooth power, great fuel economy. But on the right, with our P0016 issue, well, it's just chaos. Rough idle, misfires, and worst of all, that very real risk of serious internal damage if pistons and valves start colliding. So the timing is off. The million-dollar question is, why? Now it's time to put on our detective hats and figure out what's causing the problem. We're going to do this logically, starting with the simplest stuff first. This is your game plan, right here. You don't just start tearing the engine apart. You start simple. Number one, check the oil. Seriously, is it low? Is it old and dirty? Many VVT systems use oil pressure to work, so a simple oil problem can actually trigger this code. If that's okay, you move on to the VVT parts themselves, then to the most likely mechanical culprit, the timing chain, and finally, you check the sensors that are reporting the problem. Let's dive a little deeper here. A timing chain usually doesn't just snap out of the blue. What happens way more often is that it stretches over thousands of miles. That creates slack, which can let it jump a tooth on a gear, and instantly your timing is way off. Or the tensioner that's supposed to keep it tight could fail. You could also have issues with VVT components getting clogged up, or even less common things like a damaged reluctor wheel or a slipped harmonic balancer, which can basically trick the sensors into sending bad information. Okay, so you've played detective, you've followed the clues, and you've found the source of the problem. Now, what's the fix? This is where precision is everything. And I really can't stress this enough. Look at step 1. Accurate. Diagnosis. Please do not just start throwing new sensors at this problem hoping one of them sticks. A good mechanic will confirm the problem with their eyes, usually by taking off the timing cover. If the chain is the problem, you replace the whole shebang. Chain, guides, tensioners, the full kit. Then it's all about lining up those timing marks perfectly before you clear the code and take it for a spin to make sure it's really fixed. So, after all this diagnostic work and talk of repairs, let's zoom out. What's the big picture takeaway from all of this? This is it right here. That P0016 code isn't really the problem. It's the symptom. It's your engine's alarm system screaming that something in its mechanical heart is out of whack. And listening to that alarm and listening to it quickly is absolutely crucial. So let's just recap the essentials.
P0116 means timing's off. Is it serious? You bet. Where do you start? Check your oil. What's the most common cause? A stretched timing chain. And the golden rule? Diagnose, don't guess. Nailing these points can save you a world of hurt and a lot of money. And that's really what it all comes down to, doesn't it? This code is a call to action. Now you're armed with the knowledge of what it means and why it matters. So what's your next move? Whether it's popping the hood to check the oil or calling a trusted mechanic, you're now making an informed decision, and that's the most powerful first step you can take.